Have you ever wondered about the mysteries of the divine that have been recorded in history, such as the Fatima Apparitions of 1917? In our vast history, there have been numerous accounts of divine intervention and celestial phenomena that have left us in awe, and the Fatima Apparitions of 1917 are no exception. But before we delve into that, let's first understand what apparitions are. Apparitions, in the context of spirituality and religion, refer to supernatural appearances, usually of a divine entity or saint. These are not everyday occurrences and often leave an indelible mark on those who witness them. They're shrouded in mystery, and often become the center of faith and devotion for many. Now, let's travel back in time to the year 1917, to a small village named Fatima, in Portugal. This is where the intriguing story of the Fatima Apparitions unfolds. The world was in the throes of the First World War, a time of turmoil and despair. But in this little corner of the world, something extraordinary was about to happen that would offer a glimmer of hope and faith. In the midst of this global chaos, 3 shepherd children claimed to have experienced divine apparitions. They reported seeing a lady, brighter than the sun, who identified herself as the Lady of the Rosary. These apparitions occurred 6 times over a period of 6 months, each with its own unique message and prophecy. These events, remembered as the Fatima Apparitions, have since become one of the most famous Marian apparitions in the world. They have been the subject of intrigue and investigation, inspiring faith in many while also raising questions among skeptics. But what exactly happened during these apparitions? What messages were conveyed? And how have these events impacted the world? These are the questions we will be exploring in this series. So buckle up as we journey back to the year 1917 and unravel the mysteries of the divine. Stay with me as we delve deeper into the fascinating events of the Fatima Apparitions. It all began on May 13, 1917, in a small village in Portugal called Fatima. A day just like any other, 3 shepherd children, Lucia, Francisco and Jacinta, were tending to their flock when something extraordinary occurred. It was a day that would forever change their lives and indeed, the course of history. As the sun shone high in the sky, a sudden flash of light, brighter than anything they'd ever seen, pierced the tranquility of the afternoon. The children, taken aback, saw a woman, more brilliant than the sun, standing above a small oak tree. This was no ordinary woman, but a vision of the Virgin Mary, her presence radiating an ethereal glow that seemed to light up the very air around them. The children were awestruck, their hearts filled with a mixture of fear and fascination, yet they felt an inexplicable calm, a sense of peace that seemed to emanate from the apparition. The Virgin Mary spoke to them, her voice like a gentle lullaby. She asked the children to return to the same spot on the 13th day of each month for the next 6 months. She promised to reveal more to them with each visit. Her message was simple, yet profound. She urged the children to pray the rosary daily for peace in the world, and an end to the Great War that was ravaging Europe at the time. She also asked them to bear hardships as acts of reparation for the sins committed against her Immaculate Heart. The children, though young and innocent, understood the gravity of the encounter. They pledged to heed the Virgin Mary's request, vowing to return each month as instructed. As the apparition ended, the children found themselves alone once again, the radiant figure of the Virgin Mary disappearing as suddenly as it had appeared. They were left with a sense of wonder, their young minds grappling with the magnitude of the divine encounter. The 3 shepherd children would keep their promise, returning to the same spot every month. Their small village of Fatima was about to become the epicenter of one of the most significant religious events of the 20th century. Little did the children know this was just the beginning of a series of divine encounters. After the first apparition, the children were visited by the Virgin Mary 5 more times. The second apparition occurred on June 13th. Mary returned as promised and revealed to the children that they would suffer much for the sake of mankind, but that the grace of God would be their comfort. This message served as a premonition, a glimpse into the trials the children were soon to face. July 13th brought the third apparition. This time, Mary shared a vision of hell and urged the children to pray and make sacrifices to save souls. She also foretold of a great sign that would come, a miracle to show the people that the apparitions were true. As August approached, the children were taken into custody by local authorities, causing them to miss the scheduled apparition on the 13th. However, Mary, undeterred, appeared to them on the 19th, once they were released. On that day, she asked them to continue praying the rosary every day and reaffirmed the coming of a miracle. September 13th saw the fifth apparition, and with it, the crowd of onlookers had grown to about 30,000. Mary told the children that in October, Saint Joseph and the child Jesus would also come to bless the world. Finally, on October 13th, during the sixth and last apparition, the Virgin Mary revealed herself as the Lady of the Rosary. She repeated her request for the daily recitation of the Rosary, and expressed her desire for a chapel to be built there in her honor. Each subsequent apparition brought a deeper, more profound message, imbuing the children with a sense of purpose and duty. The impact on the local community was profound, as the children's unwavering faith and the strength of their testimonies stirred the hearts of those around them. As word spread, crowds began to gather, hoping to witness these divine encounters. On October 13, 1917, something extraordinary happened that would be remembered as the Miracle of the Sun. In the small town of Fatima, Portugal, a crowd had gathered, their eyes turned skyward. They came in thousands, believers and skeptics alike, answering the call of three shepherd children who claimed they had been visited by the Virgin Mary herself. The heavens were overcast, the air thick with anticipation. Then, as if responding to an unseen command, the clouds parted, revealing the sun. But this was no ordinary daylight spectacle. Witnesses reported seeing the sun change colors, spin like a wheel, and in a breathtaking moment, plunge towards the earth in a zigzag pattern. It was a celestial dance, an ethereal performance that lasted approximately 10 minutes. The dancing sun was not the only marvel that day. As the sun resumed its place in the heavens, the rain-soaked ground and the drenched clothes of the spectators were found to be completely dry. This was a phenomenon that defied the laws of nature, a spectacle that left the onlookers in awe. The miracle of the sun was a transformative event. For the believers, it was a profound affirmation of their faith, a testament to the divine intervention they had long awaited. For the skeptics, it was a moment that shook their disbelief, a puzzle that science and reason struggled to piece together. Yet, despite the different perspectives, everyone agreed on one thing. What they witnessed was beyond the ordinary. It was a moment that transcended the boundaries of perception, an event that blurred the lines between the tangible and the mystical. And so the miracle of the sun remains, even over a century later, a topic of intrigue and debate. It challenges our understanding of reality, pushing us to question, to seek, and to believe in the possibility of the extraordinary. This event marked the climax of the Fatima Apparitions, leaving a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. The Fatima Apparitions have left an indelible mark on the world, shaping the faith of millions. These celestial visitations, taking place in the small Portuguese town of Fatima in 1917, have been a subject of fascination, devotion, and study for over a century now. The apparitions were reported by three shepherd children, Lucia dos Santos and her cousins, Francisco and Jacinta Marto. They claim to have received messages from the Virgin Mary, urging prayer, penance, and a call for world peace. The apparitions' main tenets of prayer and penance remain as pertinent today as they were over 100 years ago. The call for peace, personal conversion, and the recitation of the Rosary is still echoed in the prayers and practices of millions of Catholics worldwide. These messages have stirred the hearts of the faithful, inspiring them to lead lives of deeper devotion and spiritual discipline. The legacy of the Fatima Apparitions extends beyond the spiritual realm. It has had a significant impact on the physical landscape as well. Today, the sanctuary of Our Lady of Fatima stands in the very place where the apparitions occurred. This sacred site attracts millions of pilgrims each year, all drawn by the desire to witness firsthand the place where heaven is said to have touched earth. Furthermore, the shepherd children who played such a pivotal role in this heavenly narrative have been recognized by the Catholic Church for their faith and devotion. Francisco and Jacinta Marto were canonized as saints in 2017 on the 100th anniversary of the apparitions. Their cousin Lucia, who lived much longer and became a Carmelite nun, is currently in the process of beatification. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying the profound impact and enduring legacy of the Fatima Apparitions. They have not only shaped the personal faith of countless individuals, but have also left their imprint on the world, encouraging a message of peace, prayer, and penance that continues to resonate to this day.